My name is James Carter, and the day my wife Olivia tried to intimidate me with divorce papers was the day she found out who I had really become. We'd been married for 8 years. Though our relationship started with love, it had turned cold and distant over time. Arguments became routine. Affection nearly vanished. Respect gave way to sarcasm. I tried to fix things, arranged counseling, suggested getaways, cooked dinners, but every effort was met with indifference or even ridicule. Then one Friday evening, she arrived home early. Her heels clicked across the floor with a sharp, deliberate rhythm that made me look up from my laptop. "James," she said coldly, dropping an envelope onto the table. "Maybe this will finally get your attention." I picked it up and read the bold words, "Divorce agreement." I looked back at her. She stood with her arms crossed, a faint smirk on her face. "Maybe now you'll understand what you're about to lose." I studied her expression carefully, staying calm despite the tension she was trying to create. "So this is your way of communicating?" I asked. "It's motivation," she replied coolly. "Maybe now you'll fight for me." For a moment, I stayed seated, feeling the weight of the papers in my hands. Then something inside me shifted. I stood up, walked to my desk, picked up a pen, and without a single word, signed every page. Her smirk vanished instantly. "Wait, what are you doing?" "Exactly what you wanted," I said quietly. "You wanted a reaction. This is mine." I slipped the papers back into the envelope and handed them to her. "If this makes you happy, Olivia, I won't stand in your way." She stared at me in shock. Her voice softened. "James, I didn't really mean." "No," I interrupted gently. "You meant to control me, to make me afraid. But fear isn't love, Olivia. It's control." That night, I packed a small bag, booked a hotel, and left. I didn't yell. I didn't slam doors. I didn't text her. The silence I left behind spoke louder than any argument we'd ever had. Days turned into weeks. I officially filed the signed papers, but at the same time, I finalized something else, a deal I'd been working on for months. Years earlier, I'd co-founded a small tech company, one she often dismissed as just a hobby. What she didn't know was that the company had just been acquired by a major firm in a multi-million-dollar deal. The same week she tried to frighten me with divorce, I became a millionaire. A month later, Olivia called. Her voice sounded unsure. "James, I've been thinking. Maybe we rush things. We could talk." I could hear the hesitation in her tone, the sudden warmth that appeared only when she sensed something had changed. "I heard about your company," she added casually. "Congratulations." I smiled faintly, though she couldn't see it. "Thank you," I said. "But I think it's best we go through with the divorce. You were right. It's time we both get what we deserve." There was a pause, followed by a shaky laugh. "James, I only wanted to scare you, not lose you." "You can't scare someone who has already found peace," I replied, then ended the call. 6 months later, I signed the final papers, this time with a calm and steady heart. I bought a new home. I traveled for the first time in years. I reconnected with people I had drifted away from while trying to save a marriage that was never meant to last. I didn't hate Olivia. In a strange way, I felt grateful because when she tried to frighten me with loss, she unknowingly set me free from a life built on fear. She wanted to teach me a lesson about power. But in the end, I learned something far more valuable. Real strength isn't about winning someone back. It's about knowing when to finally let go.